EA Sports, it's in the game. That's one of those plays that you call, and everything seems to happen exactly as it's scripted in the playbook.
Got so many memories that I made on Cascade Road. I done gained the world, I ain't never sell my soul. This is God-given, so I thank him as I go. Hate to sound conceited, but I know. Crazy thing they with me. Yeah, crazy thing they with me. Run up on me, baby, show you gon' see. Yeah, God power from my head and my feet. Yeah, this colossal. What I say is gospel. I cook this with love. They gon' eat it up and swallow me. I'm from the ghetto, baby. Seen bodies in the streets before I could tweet. I came from nothing. I turned a mustard seed into a million in the discussion. Had a TED talk with the higher me, show me how to run it up. I need all my cheese. Every day that I wake up, I'm pinching myself. Can't believe that I'm really me. Popping shows in New Zealand, boy, you is not eating, man. We do not play in the same league.
We spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like Big Pitch came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs.
It's week 14 of the 2024 season, and we'll see Michael Thomas. He rises when it matters most as he comes in third in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Saints and the Falcons on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight we start Week 14 with a great Thursday night matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Saints in this matchup, you figure they've got to be looking forward to this one. They've got a clear advantage on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and they totally understand it, not just by running the numbers, but those numbers do play into it because you've got one of the better passing offenses in the league, a top 10 unit, going up against one of the poor defenses in the league. So I think we're going to see these guys take some shots downfield. But right from the start, I expect them to attack and get right after them.
Let's get back into the action. The situation, ball in the red zone. It's second down, and the defense needing to step up. Ready, go! Ready. They go back to Pollard on second down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Off the play fake. Kavanaugh. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Marcus Davenport, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Fourth down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. Koo knocks this one through the post, and the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one. A pretty big early test for the defense coming up. What can they dial up here to try and thwart this third down situation? On third down, Winston. And he bats it away. Incomplete. Winston to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. From the gun, Winston. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Winston now. And he's going to go down again. 2 straight sacks have him backed up now for a 3rd and goal. Play fake, Winston. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tony Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. An early decision point here, Charles. Maybe one we'll look back on later. They go on 4th and goal, and they punch it in for the touchdown.
We always talk about how football is a game of confidence, and that's how you get it right there. Leave your offense out there. And
coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. To throw on 3rd down, Kavanaugh. And now another one thrown incomplete.
like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down.
Let's jump back into the action with this defense up against a 1st and 10 at the 11. An inside give, Brown. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Again, he'll drop to throw. And I think like that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Odell Beckham in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you two in just a moment. First, we just want to give everybody a look ahead to what's in store for us this weekend as we enter the final month of this NFL season. We'll start in the early window and begin up in Minneapolis. A tough one for the homestanding Vikings as they'll face off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then in the 4 Eastern window, it'll be a later than usual start in Cleveland, where it'll be the Browns taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And lastly, we'll be tuned in on Sunday night for what should be an entertaining one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Indianapolis Colts. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half. We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
A big play coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this third down stop in the third quarter?
Ready?
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball. And now look at him go. 20. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Great play there. 52 yards. And the Saints take the block field goal and convert it into 6 points. But no doubt that changes things. Instead of putting 3 more points on the board, they surrender 6 the other way, and they also surrender the lead.
My math's not that great, but that's a 9-point swing, likely to become 10 after they add the extra.
So a big third down coming up here for the defense, trying to preserve a very slim lead in the third quarter. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
This defense in need of a big stop in a tight game in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can get that stop they need. Again, it's Winston. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Jones is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
It's a third down situation in the fourth quarter. Time to see if this defense is up to the task. Third and short yardage. Winston. Throw left side complete to Troutman. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
Jameis to throw it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. On play action, Winston. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4th down, Winston. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack. So the task for this offense is preserving this lead. It's a tight game late, and the defense also, keep in mind, they do have 3 timeouts. On 1st and 10, Winston. Uses the stiff arm, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Off the play fake, Winston. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 34 yards the gain that time, another first down. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They go play action. Winston. Crossing the field, Beckham makes a catch. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. An inside give to Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Tony Jones, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Saints add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. No hesitation in this situation. Down a couple scores late in the game. This offense is staying out there on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. Winston here to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Saints, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
Shut the
I don't like your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. Don't make me jog your memory. I did upgrade, you didn't upgrade it. The world, how they forgetting me. Please make it make some sense to me. How you talking about the greatest, still ain't greatest? Mention me. Them bands, I want the symphony. 15 in it, went instantly. Lately I've been catching plays, it's like it's meant to be. I got rich in the pandemic, meant to be. Don't do too much, I keep it simple. You clout chasing, trying to make the people feel you. Boys need to slow it down, I'm talking real screw. Penthouse at the top with the clear view. Oh, look, I don't like your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. You not my kind, I know kin to me. Heard you told my girl about all of them that's DMing me. Why they hogging up the recipe? Heard they talking like I can't let Ken Wallace get ahead of me. Know your heart full of jealousy. All that acting tough, damn, this must be a parody. Okay, 101 ain't no comparing me. Okay, wait, 2 on 2, that's like they be sharing me. Okay, they working like the rent do. Rent got them doing, that's what I'm into. Yeah, if I'm in it, then I own it, not a rental. No, I've been plotting on the lamb and the Benz cool. Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't like your energy.
It's week 15 of the NFL, and we'll see Michael Thomas, and big plays follow him around. He comes in second in the NFL in receiving yards. It's the Saints and the Bucs, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. Brennan Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, this is a matchup, folks. Well, they're excited about this one, and for good reason. We got two offenses that are operating at extremely high levels.
No question about it, Brandon. This is not a matchup that you get that often. We're going to see the number 1 and number 2 offenses in the entire NFL on the same field. I'd hate to be one of these defensive coordinators. We know that more than likely they've had a few sleepless nights getting ready for this one, and we're definitely going to see some points put up on the board.
Still scoreless here in the first, but a third down situation forthcoming. Let's get into the action. Love. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Zone update. This defense stacked up here with a 1st and 10 inside the 15. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Love now. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
And this one is right through, and that will make it 6-0. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0 so far. Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. Here's Winston. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he falls incomplete. Now Winston on 4th down. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. Odell Beckham, his 19th touchdown now of the season. And it's surged to 6. Time for this defense to try and stiffen as they'll try here to defend a 1st and 10 situation at their own 17-yard line. Fournette, a 1st down carry. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Fournette. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Love. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely, 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. This from 42 yards out. And his kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals.
Okay, ready?
A shotgun give to Fournette. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. To throw now. Here's Love. Gets it out quick. It's Gage on the slant. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down, and the Saints will have the football back. Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. To throw is Winston. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. Touchdown, Saints! Adam Troutman, 47 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
So here's the situation upcoming. 2nd quarter, 3rd down, and this defense just trying to force the field goal attempt. Love from the gun. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight.
They'll run. It's a Zigbo. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visiting Saints who got the victory then, so they'll look for this season sweep here in New Orleans. They run with a Zigbo. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, this offense, Charles, well, we've talked about how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 and a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week are pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was something like 4 of their last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
Winston to throw for it on 4. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. So the drive
drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Meanwhile, Winston's throw taken in by Landry.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Final play of the half here, Winston. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jameis Winston. Wants to try to add the PAT. And that makes it a 9-point game. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And right now, this is a 13-point game as they come up on halftime. Kiki Cutie, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we'll stay in the AFC North and head over to Cleveland to check on the Browns. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Jalen Reagor, a touchdown reception. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last. We head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Ezekiel Elliott has run for a touchdown there. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Saints, we check out their numbers on the ground, as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. For this offense here, they got the football inside the red zone. That's the good news, but they're facing a 3rd and 5, so a full 5 yards to go here to see if they can pick it up. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took a touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston, and they are able to add on to their advantage. A field goal from here is 60+, so the offense stays out there. They're going on 4th down. And look at this, it's a fake, and this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not. Zone alert. Let's jump back in here. 1st and 10 at the 16. They'll throw again. Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. Fourth quarter, and it's kind of getting to be desperation time here for this defensive side. They need to get the ball back to their offense. They have a chance to do that on 3rd down. Open man is Michael Thomas, and he is going to have a save. Nothing to lose now. This offense forced to go for it. Down a bunch here in the 4th quarter. Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he's going to have the Bucs first down as they... And this is going to bring up a crucial situation here. They're going to try the onside kick. Will they get it? Or can the receiving team prevent that from happening? And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately.
high-scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches that wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for New Orleans, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. It's alright, man. Cool. I been going there like deposit. You don't really brag about it when you know you got it. Real hard to read a nigga hooked on phonics. Say a lot of things and never catch like Sonic. Zoom, I'm gone. When the members on and get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, are you cousin out? Everybody wanna kill the king, like shit, wanna